Welcome back, everybody, to Orange Hat. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, the Fraternal Order of Police responds to Reacher actor Alan Ritchson and his claims that cops get away with murder all the time. Go back to your pampered life and let the heroes handle this. Now, this is from Bounding into Comics from Josh Berger. Shout out to you. After star Alan Ritchson made the claim that police get away with murder all the time, the Fraternal Order of Police organization took some time to address the actor's inflammatory comment, encouraging him to mind his own business. Now, to give you some proper context, in a relatively recent interview with Hollywood Reporter, he commented on the case of 26-year-old Breonna Taylor. So and they asked him about an Instagram picture which he was wearing a shirt, "Arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor." The picture in question saw a Reacher actor wearing a black t-shirt with a caption that read, "Arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. The dog might be tired, but I am not." Or long road ahead. Addressing the image the actor shared in August 2020, he said, "That was a tragic case. Cops get away with murder all the time, and the fact that we can't really hold them accountable for their improprieties is disturbing to me. We should completely reform the way we do it. I mean, you shouldn't have to spend more time getting an education as a hairstylist than as a cop armed with a deadly weapon. We should make it very hard for people who make mistakes or abuse power in our institutions." The first steps to becoming a police officer, folks, doesn't start at the academy. It actually starts at college. You have to do multiple years at college, getting a degree in certain areas and whatnot, learning the law as it is. And then also you are constantly re-educating yourself as a cop as the laws change. You are unable to, or when the laws change, making it harder for you to do your job, well, it becomes harder for police to do their job, and so they are demonized even further. Responding to the outrageous generalized claims, the Fraternal Order of Police organization retorted on social media, taking to X. While Mr. Richson gets his face and forehead powdered on set, our officers are out doing a job he doesn't have the courage to do. The organization prefaced. While he gets to hear loud pops and have blanks fired at him, our officers feel the heat of the bullets as they pierce their skin. The statement continued, "There are no take twos or take threes in life, Alan Ritchson, or Mr. Richson. We have people who want to kill us, and we play for keeps. Just another useless Hollywood actor virtue signaling for attention at the expense of brave police officers around this country. Go back to your pampered life and let the heroes handle this." I agree with the Fraternal Order here, folks. But guess what? Alan Ritchson responded to this by playing victim predictably. On Tuesday, he would take to social media and say that their comments are emotionally immature. This kind of emotionally immature response is the epitome of what concerns me about law enforcement today. If this is how leadership handles a peaceful disagreement, what does life look like for those unseen interactions in the street? A peaceful disagreement. You openly accused the entire system of law enforcement of getting away with murder all the time. You are essentially saying that they go looking for people to kill and they get away with it because they're cops. Do you realize that you made a generalization and you attacked the people who keep us safe by saying that all of them are killing people and getting away with it all the time? You made a generalized blanket statement, dude. That's not a peaceful disagreement. That's an attack. He goes on. Do you really want individuals, or how does this shape the character of those police officers looking to management? Do you really want individuals so easily angered who bully school children who have a gun at the protection and the protection of an untouchable union? I don't. So you want to dismantle what you perceive only to be wrong, but you are perceiving the entirety of the police officers as this fascist idea, and it's not, folks. And I will actually give my thoughts further down. You belittle me with your you belittle me for being incapable of demonstrating any bravery, but I believe that's exactly what I've shown. You've haplessly fired multiple shots at me simply because I've called for more accountability. You accused all the cops of murder and getting away with murder. If you knew anything, if you had any sort of modicum of intelligence or perception about the police and their institution, I admit that I don't know everything about them, but I do know enough. You would not make that claim. But you are Hollywood. You are most likely a left-leaner. You are saying that they're fascist. You are using words like fascism in your response here later on. And yet you continue to think that, all police are corrupt. They're getting away with murder all the time. Bitch, please. But let's continue. I did this knowing people like you who crave a pat on the back and zero accountability would criticize me. Standing up to impossibly large institutions takes courage. Not when the measures you are taking to stand up to them involve telling outright lies and making ignorant statements in which you sound like a buffoon. I've never been a fan of blind allegiance, which is dangerous and fertile ground for fascism, a political persuasion I'm averse to. You really want to go there? Do you really want to go there? I also believe two truths can be held at the same time. There are absolutely many good and brave cops who deserve the public's gratitude and certainly have mine. Yet you accuse them of getting away with murder all the time. The actor elaborated. So yeah, that walk back doesn't work. Simultaneously, it is true that there are rogue or ill-equipped officers who remind us that we need higher barriers to entry and stricter regulations so abuses are regulated to the past. Both can be true and are true. Do you know what it takes to get into or to be a police officer? Do you know what it takes to actually become a police officer? Alan Ritchson. I'm guessing you don't. I'm guessing you never did the research to see what it takes, talked to police officers. I'm guessing you probably haven't. But let's continue. They only seek praise and ignore this need is extremely unwise and endangers those at risk of being ostracized and marginalized. So you're going along with the talking points that cops are attacking minorities because they're minorities. Not because they broke the law. Not because they are possibly doing something that is against the law. Or maybe, I don't know, have committed a crime that requires them to do the time for the crime that they committed. Nope. Your thoughts is, they're black. So they must, or so the police are going to arrest them because they're black. Or they're Hispanic, or they're some other marginalized community. You're making those kind of statements when you say, the police get away with murder all the time. But yeah, and then you say that too. Which is also what I was referring to in my Hollywood Reporter article. He decried as he proceeded to call out Governor Ron DeSantis' bill that criminalizes harassment of first responders on duty. So let's get into that now. To make matters worse in Florida, voters perpetuate these issues by continuing to support people like Governor DeSantis, who just passed a law making it illegal for anyone other than the police to police themselves. The lack of transparency would be laughable if not so deadly. I'm certain efforts like this to take us further from the world I hope to leave my children, which is one with extreme prudence when deciding whom we arm and a glass house for public institutions, especially one with the abilities to end lives. So thank you for your service, and yes, I do think like that, the actor concluded. And then he goes on to talk about Trump. Alan Ritchson, I'm speaking directly to you now. You seem to be unaware of what it takes to be a cop. I have some family that are in law enforcement, federal law enforcement, and whatnot. But I also do pay attention to the police officers, law enforcement. I do know some people who are cops. You want to know what it's like? Instead of making blanket accusations, like you have, saying that all cops are getting away with murder all the time, instead of starting your relationship with law enforcement like that, and instead of engaging in a social media war with the Fraternal Order of Police, perhaps try a sit down with them. Try talking with them. Try going to a police station asking, is it possible that I could do a ride along with you or with some of your cops, or spend a day learning about the different department areas, the different divisions in the police, what we have to deal with every day, or what they have to deal with every day. Instead of making blanket assumptions about the police, learn to get to know them. Kind of like, do a ride along, see if you can understand what goes on in these institutions. Sure, ask some tough questions, but do it in a respectful manner. Instead, no, you are making blanket comments that are going to make these people less inclined to give you a proper outline of how they behave and what they do and what some of their protocols are. And maybe then you might actually, but if you had done it the peaceful way, you would have had a greater appreciation for law enforcement. But no, you would rather believe the media when they say that Breonna Taylor was murdered. You would rather believe the media when they say that other people who just happen to be people of color were murdered by the police. When if you actually take the time to look at each of these cases individually, instead of as a blanket issue, you would find smaller details that are actually rather important, and you would find that they completely debunk your ridiculous outlook. But no, you would rather make blanket statements, and then you will play victim when you are called out for it. And that is why people are less likely to think you are smart. They are more likely to think that you are basically a narcissistic fucking twat. Pardon the language, folks. But anyway, folks, that is going to be the video. I'm actually going to address this on my weekly recap because I want to get my friend Kate's opinion on this for Nerd with a Cigar. She joins me on Sundays. So yes, I am going to re-examine this article and this outlook later on. But yeah, that's going to be the video for now. Thank you all for tuning in. If you like this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think that Alan Ritchson may have a point, or do you think the Fraternal Order of Police have a point? Do you think I may have a point? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below, folks. This has been Orange Hat. Y'all have a wonderful day, and always remember, to stay humble. Peace.